So I'm going to tell you why a lot of healers are single. Healers, empaths, high vibrational individuals. It's very easy for these individuals to be single because a lot of times the people we encounter are not coming to love us, not coming to get to know us. They don't think we're fascinating because we're just so cool. And this is something that I struggle with. So I'll say 8 out of 10 people when I meet them, whether it's romantically or platonically, a lot of those individuals are coming to use me as an outlet. They need to charge up on me spiritually. And this is why healers need to have boundaries and need to pay attention to the signs of how people treat you when they first meet you. Are they asking you questions about yourself? I don't get asked questions about myself. Nobody just meets me and says, hey, what's your favorite color? What do you listen to? Where do you like to go? Nobody asks me these questions. It's always trauma bonding, trauma dumping, screaming, shouting. I've gotten so many calls of people trying to unalive themselves. So it can get very depressing for healers because people are not trying to love us. They're just trying to drain us. They're trying to sustain off of our vibration. It's just like being around a wealthy friend or lover. Oh, they're millionaires, so I want to hang out with them because every time we go to the club or we go out to eat or we go shopping, they're going to pay for it. So that's how people treat you as a healer, as a high vibrational individual. You have all that light. They don't want to do the healing work. They can just hang out with you and feed off of you when they're having a bad day. When they need to recharge, they're just going to use you. So this is what I look out for when I'm dating men. Are they just trying to use me as a spiritual port to plug into me and charge up off my spiritual light? It's so bad that one time I went on a date with this guy. We were in the same religion at the time. I grew up Seventh-day Adventist. And I thought so highly of him, and he was pretty popular. And we have our first date. It was a lunch date at a Thai spot. And the entire date, for the 2 hours that we spent together in this restaurant, he talked about his sister's missing person case. Unfortunately, she ended up being deceased. And him just talking about all the details of the missing person case, how they found her dead. And that was our date. And at the end of the day, he's just like, we're splitting this bill, right? And I want to say, Negro, you done used me to charge up. You done use me as a damn therapist. And this is why now when I notice that people are like this, I make them pay to be in my presence. It may sound weird, but I don't just let anybody in my presence. They're gonna have to pay to be around me because they're charging up off my energy. They need me to get through their week. They need me to make themselves feel better. So pay attention to this. This is also why I became a spiritual life coach, because I noticed that people were using me for my knowledge, for my wisdom, and to charge up off me. And now I get paid for people to be able to have access to my energy and my knowledge. So this is why you see people who are so abundant spiritually, and they could be single, because we have to be very careful in who we date, because we can end up in these romantic relationships where our lover is just using us to energy vamp, and that's it. And they're having fun and cheating on us with somebody else, but they just really are not into us physically or romantically. They are just into us spiritually to where they can use us. So be very careful and keep spiritual boundaries and pay attention. Are people really interested in you, healer, or are they just using you for your energy?